What's going on, guys? It's Kyle again with DTOM Knives and Gear, and today I am super excited to do the full review and comparison of a knife that has been part of a pass-around group. This is the Kancept Shard. Very interesting knife. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back, everybody. Okay, let's get started. First things first, I want to say thank you to a good friend of mine now, the Knife Dude. I will have him linked down in the description. He is the one who actually put this together. He's got some balls on him. Young guy. He actually contacted Kancept Knives and asked them, hey, I got a YouTube channel. I got some friends that got a YouTube channels. You want to send me some knives? We can do some reviews, blah, blah, blah. Actually made the contact. They sent him this knife. Hopefully we have a lot more to come in this little pass-around group because I'm super excited about it, and it's all thanks to him. Thank you so much, sir, for doing that, and I am super excited to be a part of it. This is the first Kancept knife that I have handled, and wow, am I impressed. First things first, I really want to say that the packaging that it comes in is pretty stellar. Not everybody is, cares about packaging. And once I get the knife and I get it out of the box, I don't usually have I keep the boxes, but I don't usually see them a lot. But it really does, as a consumer, when I get a knife and it's in premium packaging, it really just makes me think and lets me know that the company cares about their product. I don't have to have a good box. Spyderco boxes are basically pretty crappy things, but I love Spydercos. But their boxes suck. This is excellent. I love the packaging. So you have this slip box. It comes in a really cool pouch that is really cool. No Velcro. It just goes through the slip with Kancept on it like that. Then you have packaged up with it a little box of information with warranty and all that good stuff. Just really super cool. And I just every time I have a knife that comes to me in a good packaging case like this, I have to mention it. So, all right, the Kancept Shard. This knife I was really excited about. I got to see a couple other guys' videos on this knife, and I was like, yeah, that looks pretty sweet. So, I'm really happy that I get to check this out. So, Kancept Knives. Kancept Knives is actually, a relatively new company. They've been out for a little bit, but they're a relatively new company, but they have a lot of experience behind the guys that are making and designing these knives. One thing that I thought that was really cool, I really dig their logo. It just looks cool. But then I got to kind of researching and found out that their logo is the design. It basically derives from the image of UFOs, which always shuttle from space to space and leaps into the future. And I thought, that's pretty cool. First of all, I can kind of see it now with the logo. And focus, but that it's leaping into the future. So basically their thing is they want to make good quality, well-made knives and get it at a price point that people can afford. Now, yes, this is a Chinese company. This is a Chinese manufactured knife. There's a lot of horrible Chinese companies out there that make knives, but there are also a good bit that make quality stuff. And Kancept is absolutely one of them. This is the first knife that I've had from them. I'm looking forward to getting more to check them out. But most of these knives have excellent tolerances. This knife in particular, excellent tolerances. If you can see the inlay there of the carbon fiber, just spot on. It's not easy. This is titanium handle with carbon fiber. We're going to go over the what we have and everything, but just kind of see that inlay there, the millwork, and of course that really cool Damascus pocket clip. Anyways, but their whole thing is quality knives, and getting them to a price that people can afford, and just keep innovating on that. I really think they hit the nail on the head. These things are actually, some of them are even hand fitted together. I mean, they have machines that do a lot of stuff, but some of them are actually even hand fitted together, which I thought was really, really cool. So what do we have as far as materials? This awesome, it's kind of sheep's foot, but a Warncliffe rather, but almost reverse Tanto, style blade. I think they call it a Warncliffe, which it really is. Of S35VN steel, which is an awesome steel, full titanium handle with a carbon fiber inlay. And the carbon fiber is done so well. I really, really like it. These really cool, almost oversized, barrel spacers. And then this little pin here that you can wrap a lanyard around and use as a lanyard if you want to. This knife... The action, guys. Oh, this action is superb. The thing is, nowadays, if you're getting a quality made knife, the action better be doggone superb, because titanium frame locks been out forever, and if you can't get the detent right on a titanium frame lock, then there's something wrong. They have nailed it. This is a flipper, obviously, and the detent is tuned just absolutely wonderful. It is more of a light switch than a push button. You can kind of push button it, but doing the light switch is really the way to go on this. But you hear that? First of all, the sound coming out, and then just a little bit of encouragement, and it snaps into place. Absolutely love that. Now, as you can see here, that beautiful Damascus pocket clip with a really pop of color. I really like this kind of combo. You can get these in an array of different, inlays. You got different inlays. You can actually have a full Damascus inlay. You can have just a regular titanium, blah, blah, blah. The price range, this particular variant with the Damascus pocket clip, titanium and carbon fiber inlay is about $234. I think that is a stellar price. Just absolutely excellently well built. I really, really can't say enough things about the action. It's so much fun to play with. So you also have, of course, your lock bar insert. So it's steel on steel. Lockup is absolutely superb. Rock solid. I mean, rock solid. No adjustment necessary for me. Now, this knife has been in the hands of a few people, and I don't know if they have or not, but this thing came to me absolutely dead center, maybe favoring the right side just a hair, which possibly can be taken out, but absolutely no blade play. It's not rubbing, nothing like that. It's just a very well-made knife. Now, you might notice this window here. This window looks cool. It has a very sweet look to it because of it's got a window and then a cutout there. And so I really dig the way this looks. And then, of course, let's see if we can get a shot of the, oh, come on. That kind of tumbled finish there on the blade. And there it says Shard. And then their logo, the model number, and then S35VN. But, man, I'm really digging this blade. I really love that. The only thing I might be disappointed about is when I see a cutout like that, I really want to be able to finger flick it, and I can't with this one. I know that there is one model they have called the Cryo that I'm really interested in checking out that has a whole deployment method, and I really wish I could get my finger in there and do that. Some people might be able to do it. I can't with my big old sausagey fingers, but it's really not made for that. It is basically just there for aesthetics. Sorry, I dropped my piece of paper. So, really cool. Let's get some size. Oh my gosh, I'm hitting the camera. Let's get some size comparisons out here, because this knife is a really good size. There it is against the Spyderco PM2, and here it is against the Para 3. So as you can see, it's close to... It's more to the size of the PM2 than it is the Para 3. The PM2 might have it just by a little bit. So really good size, full-size knife in my opinion. I would much rather carry this size of knife than something like the the Para 3. That's just me as far as what I like to carry. So really good size. I mean, as far as the overall length, it's just a tad under 8 inches, and then you get a 3.5-inch blade. The blade thickness is about 150 thousandths, so about the same as the PM2. You can see here that it does carry out with this Warncliffe style blade. It has a very robust tip. Not going to have to worry about a dangly little tip there. The fit and finish, the swedge on the blade itself, it just looks and feels premium. It really, really does. I really can't get over how much I love the action on this thing. And then whenever it flips out into that blade shape, it really makes me happy. I love the blade shape. The pocket clip is the Damascus pocket clip. It is the same shape as the regular titanium pocket clip that you would get on the knife that you don't get this option for, and it works wonderfully. It is really easy in and out of the pocket. Of course, with the profile of this knife, it does fit in the pocket very nicely. It does stick out of your pocket just a hair, you know, so some of you deep carry guys, the guys who like deep carry, is going to stick out just a little bit. And of course, with the Damascus, it's a little bit of pocket jewelry, which I dig. I think the colors of this Damascus is just awesome. So really, really liking it. I took it to work, which I always do with a bunch of knives that I get in for review, and get some of the guys' opinions at work. They all liked it. They really, of course, love the action on this guy and the size, the blade shape, everything about it. I mean, the ergonomics on this guy are awesome. Really, really awesome. That pocket clip disappears. You can't even feel the pocket clip. There absolutely is no jimping on the top. There's no jimping anywhere on this knife except for on the flipper tab, which is absolutely where it's needed, but it's not sharp. Very comfortable. They did an absolute wonderful job with the ergonomics of this knife, because it's super, super comfortable in every grip. I can grip this thing in every which way, and I am super, super comfortable. Now, you do have, of course, since it's a flipper tab in your pocket, just a little bit of that pocket pekka of Nick Shabazz. It even looks like a little bird right there. But not a huge deal. Definitely not a huge deal for me. I know some people might carry other things in their pockets, but I carry a very, very tiny plasticky shell flashlight in my right pocket, as well as my primary knife, so neither one of them getting messed up. And I don't care about a flipper tab being a pocket pecker. Now, this one's definitely there, but it is rounded off, chamfered off, very well done. There is absolutely nothing sharp on this dude, on this knife. The lock bar cut out here for your thumb, no jimping there, and it is so comfortable to disengage and get this out of the way. Just super smooth. This thing is, of course, running on bearings, and it is an absolute, it's not a false shut like, let's see, what's my most false shutting knife that I've handled? Kind of like the Koenig Arius. It's not like that. It is just smooth. Not false shut to the guillotine, but I really like this. I mean, every now and again, I try and I will carry some just drop shutty guillotine knives because they're kind of fun to play with and whatnot. But I really prefer an action like this that is just a little bit of boom. That's just me. That's just what I think I like carrying something like this versus a drop shutting knife. Now, you can kind of see, as far as the ergos, like I said, it is comfortable. It has this kind of cutout here, which I did not know how that was going to be. But I'll be honest with you, it kind of fits, my little fingers fit right in there. And I don't feel any sharpness or hot spots in this design at all. It's neutral enough that I think all hand sizes would enjoy this knife, but not just a straight, like just a straight rectangle of a blade, or a handle. It really is well done. Now, part of this pass around group, one of the things that we're doing reviews, but my responsibility for this was also to compare it to another knife. And I think I've got the right one to do that with. I was super excited, and you've seen the video probably in the last few days. This is the Riot iron. And holy crap, put these beside each other. Yeah. So now, different blade shapes, but these things, titanium with carbon fiber inlays. Both of them have that. Both of them do not have, they are both titanium frame blocks and both very, very well made knives. Now, this one happens to have M390. Do I prefer M390? Yes, in a pocket knife, I do. But S35VN is still one of the great steels out there on the market for an all-around EDC steel. I really do like it. I have a lot of knives in S35VN. I'll be honest with you, the Kancept, when we were talking about, I know I was talking about the other day on the review of this guy, how comfortable it is to get in and out of the way because there's no jimping, but it's this perfect little spot to get your thumb in there and get it out of the way. I actually prefer it on this. This one feels even easier. The lockup is is very, very solid, but there's just not much tension that you have to get it out of the way. This one's got just a little bit more. Now that I'm putting them side by side, it's just a little bit more tension. This one does have a heavier blade, and so bringing it down, you can definitely feel that coming back down. One thing that these two, of course, obviously the carbon fiber and the titanium, I mean, they almost look identical as far as the style of carbon fiber and the finish of the titanium. There's a little bit more milling on the Riot here. This backside has nice grooves and milling out here, just not as intricate as this. But the flipper tabs, okay, this one sticks out a little bit more. This one is a little bit more blocky. I prefer this kind of flipper tab versus the Riot. And the reason that I do is because I have actually slipped off of this thing a few times when trying to deploy it. You know, it still pops out of there just fine. It goes once you get used to it. But when I first picked it up, I was kind of doing that number. It's not really that way with the Kancept. The Kancept knives, Shard, the action's dialed in so well. And then, of course, the flipper tab is almost perfect because it's not sharp. It sticks out a little bit more than some that I've had, but it's not like overly. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that makes any sense. The fact that they did take the time to really round these edges off, I mean, so beautifully, where it is not sharp at all and just so comfortable to use, that's a big win. I mean, absolutely a big win. As far as, you know, ergos, these ergos work for me on this knife, and I think it's really great. The forward finger troll on the Riot is definitely in my wheelhouse as far as my cup of tea. However, as you can see, this has got it just a little bit on the length, so I feel like I've got more of a four-finger grip on the Shard than I do on the iron. But, you know, if this one had a forward finger troll, a lot of people probably wouldn't like that, so you can't make all knives to make Kyle happy, you know, because I do like forward finger trolls. If this one had a forward finger troll, I do believe that I would fall in love with this knife, absolutely. But I have to say I've already really done that without the finger choil. It does have a sharpening choil on this thing, and they did the grind really, really well. Maybe just a tad bit of a beard there. Not really at all. So that's very much appreciated for those of us who like to sharpen our knives. So all in all, these two knives are very similar. You've got just a tad bit of better steel on this guy than you do here. But the S35VN really is still a premium steel. The fit and finish of both of these knives, I would have to give a tie to. Both of them are absolutely spectacular. Can't find any flaws in the fit and finish of the Shard. I really can't. You got a little bit thicker handle here on the iron than you do on the Shard. A lot of people are going to like that. Lot smaller profile in the pocket, but it's not too thin to where I don't feel like I've got a good purchase on the knife. This one is kind of in that sweet spot. I usually do like thicker handles, and when this thing being a little bit shorter, you know, that's good, and I can choke up on it. But with this one, it's not too thick. It's long enough to fit my big old hands, and so neutral that I think any hand size would really benefit with this design. All in all, guys, I love this knife, and I am really excited to check out more Kancept knives. You know, I think I might have the opportunity to do it if they continue to send knives to Knife Dude for us to take a look at. I'm sure that I will get a chance to do it. I have some of the other guys that are in the conversation with that group have some of these knives, and they have already mentioned to me that they would send them over, and I'm super, super stoked about that. So would I change anything on this knife? I mean, like I said, a forward finger troll for me, a forward finger troll on this knife probably wouldn't work. I like forward finger trolls. It's just one of my things. But a forward finger troll won't work. So I wouldn't really change that. I think they did a good job there. The cutout here, I wish there was a way, you know, actually if they made a thicker blade, you know, the profile would be a little bit worse as far as in pocket. But if they made a thicker blade with this thing being able to middle finger flick, holy moly. I'd probably never be able to leave or get this thing out of my pocket, because that would be sweet. That's really the only thing I think that I would change. I mean, and that's just me being stupid, because the design of this knife is absolutely wonderful. I just like Spidey flicking my knives. Not everybody likes to do that. And, you know, one of the reasons I like Spidey flicking my knives is because some knives don't have, you know, a great detent. This one is really fun. So you know, I can definitely get past not being able to Spidey flick it. It's just my deal. But golly, just that, listen, it just has the greatest sound. Anyways, guys, I'm rambling on. All in all, this knife is a win, 100%. This thing is so well built, very, very high quality. I am so impressed with Kancept knives that, yeah, I am so looking forward to getting some more. You know, as far as, don't think I talked about the weight. I think this thing weighs, like, in this configuration, they're gonna vary a little bit, but I think it's a little over 4 ounces, which I think is absolutely stellar. You know, I don't think that's bad at all. A lot of people count ounces, which is why I put them on here, but that 4 ounces, a little over 4 ounces, man, that's killer. You can't beat that. So, guys, I really appreciate you stopping by. Go check out Knife Dude. I will have him linked down in the description. Super cool guy. He made this whole thing possible. Make sure to let him know how thankful you are for that. And, guys, stay safe in this crazy world that we're living in, and we will see you in the next one.